everybody, it's Perez, joined by Cher Lloyd in my closet. I never thought I'd go back in the closet, but it's good lighting in here, and it's good sound. So people will slowly start to trickle in. So we're going to get to the good stuff. I'm going to talk music, but since we're in Los Angeles, I want to know right now, where are you living? Where do you call home?
Here for the moment, but I'm back and forth to England a lot. So I don't really live anywhere.
How long have you been in LA for then?
Oh, I want to say like a year and a half in one place, which is the
That's
longest,
a long time.
The longest I've ever spent like in one place, other than my mum and dad's house.
So you're here. You don't really have plans really to go back to the UK anytime soon.
But I do.
You do?
I do.
Music related plans.
Yeah, music related plans.
How has been living in LA for you?
It's been good. It's been good. It's different. I think it takes about a year to get used to it. Like, it's different, like culturally. I still am getting used to like the whole sarcasm thing. It isn't as effective.
No! Well, I learned this doing the Celebrity Big Brother show. British people are all about sarcasm.
All about it.
It goes over my head. I don't get sarcasm.
Well, for me here, it's when I say something that might sound super serious, but I'm not being serious. Like, it's a joke, but it's taken so seriously. And then I'm like, oh no! Like, does this person think that I was being deadly serious? And now
well, you have to explain it.
Yeah,
You have to explain, oh, I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
We don't get it. Seriously.
Yeah, and that's hard. That's hard work sometimes.
Cultural differences.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen each other.
I know.
A lot's happened for both of us. You got married.
I did.
You're still married.
Absolutely. Yes.
How's that been? Because also, pause for maybe some people who are watching. Well, basically, you're all Cher fans if you're watching, but you're still really, really young. You're 22, 23?
23.
A baby. You got married a couple of years ago.
Yeah, when I was 20.
First of all, I think I remember reading that it was a surprise to people. Did your family know?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Your whole family was invited.
Yeah, so like Craig asked my dad if he could marry me. My dad said yes, and I literally only had about 20 people at my wedding.
That's a small wedding.
It's a small wedding. It was only immediate family and a couple of extremely close friends, and that was it. And we spent the whole weekend there, and had like a little holiday with our families as well. It was super sweet. Like, honestly, best day of my life. Really was. And yeah, I love him. I love him so much.
And in the future, I would ask.
Yeah.
Might children be in your future like they are in my present?
You know what? I have to say, the cutest babies.
Oh, thank you.
You are so lucky. I mean, yeah, if I'm blessed enough to have them, like, of course, like, isn't that, you know, what we do, what we work for?
Well, I mean, some people straight up don't want kids.
Them, and that's absolutely fine.
Britney Spears said last night she wants to have 3 more. So that would be 5 total.
Oh, but like, if you can give them a great life, like, amazing. I would be blessed if I could have.
But I actually am happy you haven't, because you're young. Yes. And it's good to live your life, work hard, and then after you've lived a long, good life and worked really hard, then you can, you know, focus your time and energy on other things, because kids take time.
Oh, absolutely. But I think I was literally just saying this. There never really is the right time to start having a family. My mum had me when she was 17 or 18, and I've got to say she was the most incredible mother. She committed her whole life to having us children, and I totally see like where you're coming from with, you know, doing the things that you want to do before.
Well, because it changes everything.
Well, you're giving your life to your children.
It changes everything. Like, even how I vacation is different. Like, we went a couple of weeks ago to San Diego, and I rented a house because I'm trying to vacation on a budget. because I got to think about school and expenses and all of these things. It's like, oh, I can't go and stay at the fancy hotel anymore. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't be making smart decisions. But anyways, enough about me. By now, we have a good amount of people watching. Let's get to the music. You have a new song out and a new video.
I do.
And people usually do that when they're gonna release an album.
Yeah.
Is it a one-off, or is there an album or an EP or more coming soon?
There is more coming. I'm working on it. The song Activated was released because my fans waited so long for something from me.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything from me for about 2 years. And that
It's been a
is
while.
just, it's not good.
2 years, yeah. Your last thing, I think, was a feature on the Demi Lovato song.
Right.
Which was after your album.
Right, yes.
So, but that was still like
It's
2
been
years
a
ago,
really
yeah.
long time, and I just wanted to give them something from me because they deserve.
Yeah, well, you have a very, well, they're called brats. Do they still call themselves brats?
You know what? We were having.
Is
this
there
discussion.
rebranding?
Well, you know what? It's like the brats thing. That was from like the very beginning. I was 16.
Now you're 23.
I'm 23, and my fans are more mature now. You know,
They've
grown
rebranded
up.
themselves?
I think, yeah.
What's the new name?
They don't have a new name.
They're just fans. You're fans.
My fans.
I like that. Not everybody has to name their fans.
No, not everyone does. I mean, there are still fans out there that like to call themselves brats, and that's absolutely fine. If you feel like you still want to use it, that's great. But I think definitely the majority of them now prefer to just be my fans.
I'm into it. So you released this song, and you basically, though, can do whatever you want because you released this on your own.
I did.
Which is inspiring. And why am I using my hands like that? Inspiring, but is it also a little scary? Are you nervous? Or how would you describe your feelings for this new chapter in your professional career?
I think for me, everything is open. So I'm able to creatively do whatever I want. And having the creative control of everything and being the person that finalizes things and approves this and approves that and makes sure that this plan is put together and this is all keyed up, that responsibility is huge.
Well, you've always been very involved. I mean, from the very first album, you wrote all your songs. Or almost all your songs.
I try to be as involved as possible, but I've always said from the beginning, you have to say a lot of yeses until you deserve the right to say no. You've
always been wiser than your years.
But is that not right? Like, how is
well, no, some people don't think like that.
I was 16 years old. I didn't have the right to say no, 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 no. I knew nothing about the industry.
Well, success, as we know, can happen really quickly for people. And sometimes when that does happen, they think they're infallible. They drink the Kool-Aid, as they say.
Yeah.
But you've always had a very solid head on your shoulders.
Yeah, it's the people I surround myself with. My loved ones.
And your upbringing, too.
Absolutely.
100%.
I think when you come from nothing, how can you expect to be given everything?
So, as a fan, and I'm speaking on behalf of your other fans too, like I want to know more. So there's more music. You don't have to reveal anything you don't want to, but so I guess let's take a step back. I loved your last album.
Yeah.
I thought it was really personal. Actually, my favorite song off the last album was Good Night.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite song too?
Yes, for many reasons.
That's my favorite song too. That's my favorite song.
So that was the song that, yeah, I feel like I had the most control over.
Well, and it was very different than anything you'd ever done before,
yeah,
and
completely.
It was different on the album. Well, okay, I'm jumping all over the place. You've been working on more music, so you already have more songs finished.
Yeah.
Activated sounds one way.
Yeah.
Is it a taste of what's to come, or is it like its own thing? Is there a variety of songs to come? Like, Should we read too much into this song right now?
I wouldn't read too much into it because I think if you listen to both of my records, the first one, the second one, you could never put a stamp on the genre that I do.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's
pop.
pop.
Yeah.
But what's pop nowadays?
Exactly. That's why I love pop.
Yeah, I mean, it can be anything. If I want to put violins in the production, I'll put violins in the production. But it's still going to be consistently me. So the way that I feel about my next era, or my fans are calling it, I'm going back to my roots. And I feel like I'm 15 again on my karaoke machine. That's how it feels to record this next album. Because it's that feeling of finding me again. Because there's no one telling me what I should sound like, what I should look like. There's no one doing that. So now it's about figuring out what I'm going to be proud to release. And that's what I'm doing. And Activated was the first little taste sonically of where it's probably
So you're doing it independently, but you're not completely alone. You have a team. You have management.
Yeah.
You have a publicist.
Yeah.
Is there a label that you're talking to or that's attached at the moment? Are there discussions? What phase are we in there? Or you don't have to say anything, but I want to ask the questions.
I mean, there's always discussions. Yeah. There's always going to be discussions, but right now my main focus is getting my music to a point where I feel that it's 100% me as an artist. That's what I'm concentrated on. I'm almost there.
You don't think your previous efforts were?
Yes, but I think we evolve, we change, we mature. And this is what this is about for me. You know, I'm not this bubblegum princess. There's a lot that people don't know about me.
And music is a great way to share that.
Yeah, I mean, it all stems from the music. I have to get it right.
And getting it right, you've been working with people, mainly people in LA.
Yeah.
Have you worked with any of the people that you worked with before? Like you worked with Savan?
Yeah.
Katecha? Did I pronounce his last name right?
Katecha, yeah.
Katecha, all right. Did you work with him on any of the new songs?
No, so it's all new people. I'm working with all new people. I'm working with...
Anybody you could tell us?
There's a duo called Afshin and Josh, and they're part of Non-Fiction. I love those guys. And then a lot of new producers, fresh producers that, you know, are just beginning to get into the pop world. How
did you do this without a label? I'm curious. Like, did you search out people, or did people reach out to you, be like, hey, I want to work with you? Like, how does this...
It's a bit of both. I mean, once people know that you have a record, you know, you're writing for the next record, people hit you up. And it's been this really great combination of me checking people out online and me saying, hey, that sounds cool, like on SoundCloud and stuff.
I was going to say, because MySpace used to be how people did it, so now it's SoundCloud.
There's a lot of SoundCloud happening. I listen to people's like beats or new songwriters that are up and coming and really hot, and yeah, it's just this big collaboration. Sometimes it works and it's amazing, sometimes it doesn't, but that's the whole process of creating a record, and especially, you know, creating it from scratch with full creative control.
I love it. I mean, I was under the impression that you were more involved, I guess, in the past than you were. Well, so given that, and given that you've been through the major label system, is that something that you want to subject yourself to again? Or are you more inclined this time to sign with like maybe somebody just a distribution deal or an indie label where you can have total control?
My thing is, however I can get my music to my fans in the best possible way, and for them to see me performing, to see me doing things like this, that's what I care about. For me, it's getting my music to as many people as possible. I mean, that's...
I love it. You're open. You're open, you're sensible, you're smart.
Yeah, I mean, I think nowadays you don't need to have not a label as in record label, but a label attached to you, whether you're independent or you are with a major label. There still is opportunity to get your music out there.
Well, you have an extremely large social media following.
I'm incredibly
Your fans are very, very passionate, and there are very many of them. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but aren't you like the most followed British woman? Or you were. Maybe Adele passed you. I don't know.
Maybe she did.
But I think you were the most followed British woman on Twitter for a long time.
I think I'm up there, which is incredible. I cannot.
You know, you were. I remember this. Like, you were the most followed, I think, for a long time. And then Adele, I think, might be now. But we love Adele, right?
I think Adele has every right to be the #1 followed British lady.
Now that we've been more experienced in life, would 23-year-old Cher advise you at 15 or 16 to do anything differently? Like, would you go back and do the X Factor again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, not now.
Oh, not now, no. But I mean, back then.
Back then.
Knowing what you know now, you would still have done it.
I still would have, and I don't think I would have changed a thing. Because, like I said to you before, like, it's all shaped me. And I am the artist I am today because of that. And I have to say, like, the amount of times that people have said, like, would you do the X Factor if you, like, knew what it was going to be like? One thing I have to say about that show is it gave me the platform I needed to then take that opportunity and go make something of myself. And the other thing at the same time, it's a TV show. We both know how TV shows work.
Although, to their credit, they did create stars.
Absolutely.
Which not every one of those shows does. Like The Voice UK, I don't think a single person has come out of The Voice UK. None. But X Factor, I mean, I think you were on the same season as One Direction, right?
I was, yeah.
They did pretty well for themselves.
I mean, they did pretty well. I think the other thing as well, you know, and I've had this conversation a lot with people, it's what you do after the show. You know, you can't just sit back after being on TV and everyone knows who you are and then just go, right, okay, I'm famous now. You know, I can just release music and I'll be fine. No, it's the work and the effort that you put in. As soon as you step off that show, you have to be out there. You have to go connect with the fans and make credible music to have a long-lasting, great career. That's what it's all about, putting the hard work in.
And hard work also includes touring. That's something I'm sure your fans want to see you do.
Yes, they do. They do.
Are you're gonna tour sometime in the next 6 to 12 months?
I would hope that I'd be out there performing. Yeah, I have a few shows coming up.
You do?
One in Argentina and in Chile.
Oh, cool.
So I'm really looking forward to going out there and seeing those fans. Whenever like management or my agent comes forward and says like, we're going to play a show in Argentina, I'm like, oh, that's a new place that I haven't been to. There's fans.
Do you have a band and play? Yeah. So you still have a band? So you're,
absolutely, yeah.
But so if you get a random gig, you can go.
Oh yeah, I'm set, ready to go.
I love it. Well, should we start taking some questions from peeps? I'm sure they've already been pouring in here. Let me take this, and we'll flip. All right, hey everybody. So we're here in my closet, and now this is your chance to ask some questions. So do you guys have any questions? Let me see. I could scroll through some previous one. I want better questions. Hush, people. Just people saying you look great, I love you, blah, blah. A lot of people, have you chosen the single? Describe the vibes. You're me. What's it like working with Aston Marigold? Who's that?
It's a UK artist.
You worked with Aston Marigold?
He was in a band called JLS in the UK.
Oh, I know JLS. Yeah. They were a boy band.
Yeah, guy band.
Guy band.
Guy band.
Not a band's band. Although One Direction, I'm going to get in trouble now. One Direction like to call themselves a band, but they were a boy band.
Well, band.
They didn't play any of their... Well, they played some of their
But Niall
instruments.
plays the guitar.
Yes. Yes. They're not a boy band, maybe, because they didn't really dance, which that always upsets me. That always upsets me. I love that. I missed that. Like, that's the one thing I actually could not... I couldn't...
See, I don't miss it. I don't miss...
Really?
Like, boy bands dancing.
I love that.
In fact, I think when they do like full routines, I'm a bit like, oh.
You didn't like NSYNC?
But that was a whole other thing. That was back then.
I know.
This is now. Like, I would rather watch One Direction sing and perform than do like a dance routine.
All right.
That's just my opinion.
All right, no, it's very valid. All right, let's scroll down some more and take some more questions here. That one's stupid. I mean, there's some... I mean, maybe I'll ask that one because... Well, somebody was asking about Cheryl.
Yeah.
Do you keep in touch with any of the people from X Factor?
I think people like change and they go and do their own thing. And for me, like being here, because I haven't been back in the UK, so you don't like bump into people from the show because they're over there.
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder to.
Although the One Direction boys are all here.
Right.
Except for
Liam.
Liam.
How busy are those boys?
Yes. Most
Same
of them.
as me. Like I'm off doing things and this and that, but whenever I do bump into them, they're lovely.
Lovely. How is Sharon and Buddy? Who are they?
Oh, my dogs.
Oh, your dogs.
Oh, my little babies.
They live with you here?
Yeah, they're good.
They're good?
They're really good.
Have they gone missing in action from social media?
No.
All right. It was just a question.
No,
it was
but
just...
you know when like you someone told me that I was posting way too many dog pictures on my Instagram, and I was like, fine, I'll give it a rest for a minute.
Let's see here. You probably know some of your fans by name because they're. Yeah. I love that because they're saying, you know, it's me. I love that. Lucy, I'll give you a name check. Lucy wants to know, what's the most expensive item you've bought?
Oh, that's a cringy question. I think it's a very... Is this like from like somebody in another country? Because like
I don't know.
As a like, I think a proper British thing is to not talk about money. Like as a British girl, you don't because it's a bit cringe.
All right.
And plus, why would that ever matter?
Because the Kardashians are very popular on social media, and they're all about like, I bought this or I bought that or.
I don't care about that stuff. Like, I care more about. Just achievements to me are different to materialistic things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
What do you do in LA, like when you're not recording? Like, what do you do as a normal married couple? Like, what do you love doing with your husband here?
I like going for walks with him.
The simple things.
Yeah, everyday stuff. Like the other thing that we make a thing out of because it's quite funny is like when we go like grocery shopping. And we'll just mess around the whole time, just like joking with one another.
You're a good cook?
I wouldn't say I'm good. I can feed him.
Does he cook as well?
He cooks a bit too.
So you make it work?
We make it work, but it's edible. But it's not incredible, you know?
Edible but not incredible. I like that. We got that. Maybe like one or two more questions, and then we'll hang up because we've been around a while. You keep repeating the same questions. Oh, this is Triana Irvin says, "Cher, you're so level-headed. I admire that." Swagger Jagger, love Swagger Jagger. Cher Smokes on Twitter says hi. Although I don't like smokes.
Oh, by the way, I used to and I quit.
Oh, that's good.
Like I've not had a cigarette in 4 months. And
so you only recently quit.
It was recent, yeah.
Cher smokes. You're going to need to change your Twitter handle.
I'm a non-smoker.
I love that. I support that. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching. If you haven't heard her new single or watched the video,
watch it.
Check it out now. And we all look forward to new music, more to come. Bye.
Bye.